Hey guys, welcome to another Super Metroid Randomizer, although this one's a little bit different. This is a PLANdomizer, which it's actually really cool. It's basically like a Super Metroid map editor, which I think is awesome. The thing is, it takes the element of surprise out of a typical randomizer because I know where every single item is because I placed each one. It's so cool. If you go to the Varia Randomizer website, the PLANdomizer section shows you a map of this entire game, and you can click on every single item location and pick what you want to be in there. And additionally, you can click on every single door in the game and edit where it enters and dumps out as. So you could basically customize your own randomizer, basically. Whether it's an item randomizer or area randomizer or a mixture of both. And that's kind of what I did here, although... So you can see I placed high jump boots where Mockball is. It's actually very similar to the last seed I just played. Mockball is going to be in the ceiling over here, which... Speaking of that, a lot of the ease of use patches are implemented, like this door is not a missile door, enabling you to come in here and check the items right away. Door and elevator transitions are still much faster than the vanilla game, and there's no item fanfare when you pick up an item. All of that is just for ease of use, just to get in, get out, and get done, which actually I need to do because I have to go to work very soon. So this has to get done. But I actually have a moment. My mother is helping my sister with something, so she's out of the house. Some more power bombs here, or first power bombs. I planted a bunch of those initially. These first couple pickups are going to be some power bombs because I decided to omit regular morph ball bombs for a while, since power bombs are the better ones anyway. The problem is that has limited ammunition, so what I can think of immediately is don't mess up Mockball. And that is a good segue into what I was thinking when I generated this. For somebody like me who's a little bit better than a casual player, I would say, if I'm gonna be nice to myself, which is rare, but it still does not know all the most complicated speedrun tricks. Like, what could you possibly do to this game to generate a challenge for yourself? And immediately what comes to mind is limit access to certain items that you take for granted. Things like Varia and Gravity Suit. And, basically, the more speedrun tricks I do learn... Sorry, I'm probably going to cut that out because I just had really trouble climbing up that wall. I don't know my inputs are... I have this, like, circa USB controller. I always complain about it every time I use it, but... I don't know. It feels weird playing this without a Super Nintendo controller. So. More power bombs, once again, just for safety. I got max 15 now. So yeah, don't mess up Mockball. That's the reason why I'm giving myself a cushion of power bomb ammo. So we'll check the regular stuff too, but yeah, limit certain items, but yeah, what I was saying is the more tricks I learn, the more I can edit this PLANdomizer to make it even more challenging. And I can see myself getting very addicted to this. Because it's kind of something I've always wanted for this game. Like, if you beat this game and get the best ending, like talking about vanilla Super Metroid, again, just more ammo here. But, I think you should unlock something. Like a randomizer mode, or a hard mode, or a map editor. So... I think the guys that designed this are really awesome. It's a cool interface, too, when you're actually setting it up. It works very nicely. So, tricks that I know are Mockball, because that's pretty standard. It's kind of like the... I'm trying to think of the word I want. Landmark? That's not the... I don't know. When you think of sequence breaking in video games, this game's Mockball to Super Missiles Early is the poster child of sequence breaking. So, I feel like most people who play Super Metroid know that trick. So that I could do Red Tower Climb, and I somewhat required them in this particular seed that I created. That's the first thing, those two tricks. But then, to create a little bit more challenge, there's three other things that I made sure to make happen through the placement of items. And that is an Upper Norfair hell run, as they call it, which is basically no Varia suit running through the heated rooms of Norfair. The Varia suit is buried deep into where like this, you get the speed booster normally. So I gotta run through that upper section of Norfair, which... Save state, just in case I mess this Mockball up. Hopefully I do not. Alright, good. Some more power bombs down there. That was a smart placement, I think. Because that's a soft lock spot. If you go down there and you're out of bombs or power bombs, you can't get out. Unless there's a way to clip through the crumble blocks, but I don't know how to do that. I don't even remember what I placed back here. Pretty vanilla stuff, aside from the super missiles. Ah, crud, I missed the smooth morph. Movement in this game is everything, and sometimes it feels really good when you pull off the smooth things. Oh my gosh, speaking of, exactly what I'm not doing right now. But yeah, as far as beams, you can tell I still have the weak standard beam. I think Wave Beam is the first one we'll be picking up, and there's a reason for it. That's vanilla. Yeah, I left a lot of stuff kind of similar, just regular missile pickups. I don't know why I unmorphed. That was stupid. But just like the last seed I played, now I got power bombs, we're gonna check down where the Edicoons are. And this is where we're gonna get our first energy tanks, because at this point, knowing that we have to do a Norfair hell run, as they call it, I need energy. Otherwise I'm gonna not make it through like the first 2 heated rooms. So with that in mind, I decided to place energy tanks, like right here in this vanilla spot. I almost just fell, and there should be a reserve tank back here, yeah. So we're gonna be getting a lot of energy tanks up in the next few areas of Brinstar. Yeah, smooth morph ball, I love doing that. No bounce. Oh, also I edited the colors. It might look like I'm wearing the Varia suit, but I just basically selected a color interval somewhere between red and yellow, and this is what ended up happening. So we'll see what Varia and Gravity end up looking like. But this is the power suit. It looks a lot like the Varia suit, but I don't have it. Which we're gonna see as soon as I get into those heated rooms. Hey, little fellas! Oh, come on, wall jump! See what I mean? You just start falling. I don't know how people master that. Because these inputs are finicky. Dang it, I gotta learn how to do that too, to not fall. Speaking of, see what I mean? Like, as soon as you missed one kick, it's like gravity takes over or something, and then you just can't get it back. In my experience, I don't know. I just need practice. But I haven't said the other parts of the challenge. So Norfair Hell Run, that's the first different thing from the last seed I played. That's happening. Like, really soon it's happening. Also, fighting Dragon without Gravity Suit and without Grapple Beam, requiring you to pretty much stay in the middle, avoid all the sparks, and have enough ammunition to finish the fight. I don't even know if I'll have Charge Beam at that point. I forget where I placed Charge Beam. Actually, I think I will. But this should be another energy tank up here. Yeah. And this is going to be Wave Beam through here. Which, the reason I did that is just for convenience, because I could clear out this whole pink Brinstar, every item pickup location, in one trip, and I like that kind of stuff. I love that noise that they decided to put in place of the fanfare when you pick up a beam. It's pretty cool. I'm not in my car, by the way. Did I say that? My mother is helping my sister with something, so she's out of the house right now. But yep, I gotta go to work, so I gotta hurry up. I don't have speed booster, so I'm not gonna check waterway down there. You don't need gravity to check that item, you just need speed booster. Alright, the Spore Spawn missile trick. I still don't know exactly where to stand. I'll save state just in case for ammo. Alright. No. There it is. Okay, I'll take it. I was a lot of wasted ammo, but I could get some more in here. That's fine. And then probably the final challenge that I have yet to say is Ridley. By the time I get to Ridley, I will not have Plasma Beam. I will have Charge Beam, so I could, if I run out of ammunition, I could still beat him, but it's going to be a charged Spazer, not Plasma, so slightly challenging, but actually not too bad. And I should have a lot of energy by that point, too. So that's basically what this seed is gonna look like. It's all for a challenge for the casual players, basically how I like to see it. And once again, as I improve on this game, if my wrist can handle all the practice, because, man, by the time I get to Mother Brain, my wrists are in so much pain anymore these days. But yeah, Wave Beam enables me to check this right away, which is awesome. I love this room. What is this room called, anyway? I know speedrunners have every room of the game named, but I don't know what this one is called. And it's the vanilla energy tank, but that's a reason. There's a reason for that. I got a hell run to do, like, really soon. I also made Ice Beam one of the final beams that you pick up, because Ice Beam is kind of a pain. It makes every kill take longer because the shot that would ordinarily kill the enemy freezes them, requiring a second shot to actually get them off the screen. So, once you know how to wall jump appropriately, Ice Beam is kind of more of a headache than anything else. Aw, come on! Man. This pipe. I gotta practice this pipe, because I seem, every time I play this game anymore, it takes like 5 attempts to, I want that super. I can't get it. It's wedged in the mountain. At some point, I do want to do a vanilla 100% playthrough of this game and just see how fast my time could be. Like my own personal speedrun. And I feel like this game, any kind of randomizer, and definitely this PLANdomizer, that I could easily see myself getting addicted to this. I feel like I could record these at any time. Because it's like a quick 1 hour video, give or take. Alright, Red Tower Climb, let's do it. There should be energy tanks up here, and I want them for the hell run coming up. And since I have power bombs, what I could do is that. You want to place it up high, though, so this platform stays here. Because that power bomb would destroy it. Oh, get up there! Oh, come on! The kick didn't happen. Alright, I got this, though. No edits, future self. Unless it gets really bad, then edit it. Oh, this is not hard. Oh my god, see, that is a perfect example of this D-pad doing what it wants to do. Pressing right is somehow diagonal down, and next thing you know, you're morph ball and you suck. There it is. Yeah, that's not bad. I don't need to edit that. Just a few failures there. I'm not gonna damage boost through here, because I could definitely use some super missiles. I know there's those cactus enemies coming up. What are they called? Cataracts? No, that's an eye illness. Speaking of damage boost, let's see if we can do this room better than the last seed I played. Because that was atrocious. Actually, these next two rooms are pretty bad. Alright, let's go. Ugh, I pressed right too much. Already screwing up. I'm gonna get at least one damage boost. I think that's what they call a Kago, or something like that. There we go. When you fall through rather than boost. There we go, energy in reserve. My exit in that room sucked. Alright, let's bust open this door and take out... Of course I would hit his little thing. I have wave beam though, this guy's getting it through the floor. 4 supers, uh-oh. Maybe I should go in with a power bomb. Oh, that was stupid! I forgot it destroys everything! Ah, crud. Yeah, these two rooms I got... the pipe that I was struggling with, and these last 2 rooms, I needed some serious practice, because this is atrocious. Get out of my way! I hate everything. Sorry. Super missiles. Alright, we're done. Good music time, too. It's so relaxing, man. I remember this used to be like the warm area. Upper Norfair, and this... I used to like watching my dad play this as a kid. I felt safe in this area of Brinstar and in the early rooms of Upper Norfair, because the music is calm and not scary. But everything else about this game makes you crap your pants when you're a little kid. And that's why it's good. You know, now that I think about it, I don't know if Red Tower... Wow, I can't speak. Red Tower Climb is required. That boss, Kraid, should be Dragon. He's going to be the first boss that we fight. If the door randomization is doing what it's supposed to do. I haven't tested that yet. Which I guess I should have, because unlike a normal randomizer seed, there's no surprise here. So it wouldn't be like cheating to play in advance just to make sure everything works correctly before recording. Oh well, too late now. Energy tank, yeah, that's right. So yeah, I got plenty of energy to actually make it to the speed booster. Keeping in mind that right before the speed booster, there's a hatchery of those 5 bugs that drop a whole bunch of stuff. So now, I don't have Speed Booster, and there's a reason for that, because if you had Speed Booster right now, you might be tempted to go for Ice Beam through this green door, but I wanted to make sure that you didn't make that choice. Although I guess you could with a Mockball anyway. So it's kind of like if you didn't know better, like if I really didn't know where these items were. But here we are, we're doing it. And now you know, this might actually make it way too easy, but I placed an energy tank down here. Yeah, so I was down to 3 energy tanks, but now I got full life. This is the hell run for noobs. Oh well. I don't know, I think I could have pulled this off with only 3 energy tanks to go. Let's move it. But yeah, the Upper Norfair hell runs are divided into 2 different things. There's the ice hell run, which is going towards the ice beam, and through the Crocomire hallway, I think. And then there's this section. But Bubble Mountain is like your happy break time, because there's no heat. Actually, I don't know, man. That last room, look how much damage I took. Maybe that energy tank... I can't speak, dude. You notice how every single thing I say is slurring, honest? I don't know, maybe I'm about to pass out. It could happen. I don't understand. But... I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Don't mess this up, please. Thank you. I was hoping he would drop health. Oh yeah, I don't have charge beam yet. I'm like getting ready to charge a shot. I don't even know why. But here we go, the final push for Varia suit. Which I kind of wonder what color that's going to be, since I already look like I'm wearing it. But these are the guys that you farm. Because I think there's 5 of them? Maybe there's only 4. I'm pretty sure it's 5, though. So once you're topped off on ammo, they all drop big energy. So even though I'm taking constant damage, I could actually refill all of my health. Which is what I plan to do, because I don't have Speed Booster yet, so I can't even get through this next room fast. And I'm not going to get Speed Booster there because it's Varia suit. Speed Booster I placed where Wave Beam was, and once again the reason I did that was so that if for whatever reason somebody else played this exact seed, which I don't even know how to share it, to be honest with you. Actually, yeah, I do, but I gotta remember to do that, I suppose. Although I don't even know if there's any interest in doing that. Another energy tank here, being nice to myself. And there it is, Varia suit. The hell run is done. That wasn't so bad. Whoa, it looks like the gravity suit got a sunburn. And a punch to the eye. The purple. I don't know, but there you go. That was a lot easier than I think it should have been. In my mind, I thought it was going to be a little more hectic, but I was a little forgiving with the energy tanks, I think. So in the future, already, I'm thinking in my head, I gotta edit that so it's a little bit more challenging. It does really remind me of making maps in Time Splitters 2 and Time Splitters Future Perfect. Because I would do the same thing. I would edit these story missions and play through them and then feel like it's too easy, and then I would make it harder and harder until it got to a point where even I had trouble beating it. Super Missiles and then Wave Beam should be Speed Booster because Frankly, it's not Super Metroid until you have Speed Booster, because Shine Sparks basically define 2D Metroid, right alongside the screw attack. Can I do it this time? Oh, okay, that works. I meant to kick off of the ledge, but... Last seed, I kicked off of the monster and made his forehead shake. If you watched that one. Alright, so now sequence break this, and the reason this is where charge beam is. There we go. 2 attempts, I will take it. Getting better, sort of. I don't know, some tricks I messed up more than the last seed I played. Like, seriously, you can't mid-air morph ball? My thumb was not appropriately placed over the D-pad for those inputs. I don't have enough gravity, so this is hurting me, but I don't care. I think there's an energy tank in here. No, it's missiles and charge beam, that's right. Oh, come on, get up there. There we go. Nice. So now we have an alternate in case I run out of ammo. So next up is going to Kraid's lair, which should be Dragon. And Dragon holds gravity suit. And that's how I basically force the player to fight that boss without gravity. Honestly, I think that might be the only guaranteed way to force that parameter. Because there's ways around almost every room in this game, if you have the appropriate items. I mean, Suitless Meridia even is possible. And that's old. Wow, I didn't mean to fall in there. I guess that would be third priority to learn, is learn how to get better with the pause glitch to make yourself jump higher without gravity suit, and everything else associated with Suitless Meridia. If I can learn that, I could definitely create a harder seed. But let's go fight Crocomire now that I have charge beam. I don't have to waste my ammo. I forget what's down here. I know bombs are down here. I think bombs are where grapple beam was. Otherwise, this is just good ammo, and I definitely want ammo for both Dragon and Ridley. But yeah, hopefully this is interesting. I don't know. Like I said, I just really love that concept of editing this game to your liking and to your ability, rather than having to just choose from presets in the randomizer settings. There we go. What is over here? I don't remember. Super missiles, maybe? Yeah. Scream louder, would you, Crocomire? Jeez. I'm curious what color gravity suit's gonna be, though. If power suit was Varia colors, and Varia suit is basically gravity suit with some kind of super punch to it, like if you put a super punch filter on top of gravity suit. That's, I don't know. You know, now that I think about it, I don't think I need to be down here at all, but we're doing it, so let's do it. Oh, whoops! I did that all kinds of wrong, although I do really like the red of the Shine Spark there. I was supposed to fire and then aerial Shine Spark, and I completely botched up both steps of that. Are we surprised? The answer, of course, is no. Power bombs, that's pretty vanilla. Yeah, I do remember clicking on some of these things and being like, I don't know, I'll just leave it exactly what it is, because it doesn't matter. Speaking of, this might be pretty vanilla, too. Although I get to do a cool Shine Spark! Yeah, I like that deep red, that's awesome. It reminds me of the red of Perfect Dark, when you make that your team color. Which, Perfect Dark just had its 19th birthday yesterday. And that's awesome. I should have played Perfect Dark, but I didn't have the time. I wonder what the future of Perfect Dark is gonna be. Does it have a future, or is it a year 2000 Oh, crud. I don't know, man. I wonder about a lot of Rare's franchises. Banjo-Kazooie probably has the most likelihood of being revived in the future somehow. But Perfect Dark, that was kind of an obscurity. But a very good one. So this should be bombs. Yeah. I'm curious though, for everybody who thinks GoldenEye is better than Perfect Dark, I want to know why. Because to me, Perfect Dark is clearly superior. The only thing I could think is, first of all, more people have more memories of GoldenEye and haven't even played Perfect Dark. Come on, D-pad, don't gravity, help me out here. See what I mean? Once you start falling for a while, it like doesn't even care that you're inputting any button pressed. Or maybe I just am that bad at it. But that is the faster way of leaving there, rather than going through the watery area with the green hatches. But the other thing is, conventional versus sci-fi. That's the difference between GoldenEye and Perfect Dark. It didn't make the whizzoo noise through the door. Oh, I'm at max supers, okay. It's like, why didn't they drop that? I don't remember what I made this thing. Super missiles, probably? The shovel, because this is Zelda 3 Super Metroid crossover. No. That would be cool if you could edit the placements of that. Oh my gosh, really? Buttons much. I suck. I really suck. That took way too long, dude. I don't understand how my first time playing on that previous seed I do better at some stuff than my second time playing. You would think I would be practiced. Those are those things that you just can't forgive yourself for. Ice Beam I think is just a reserve tank. That whole section of the game is pointless in this particular PLANdomizer I created. So alright, with what we have now, we should be able to defeat Dragon. It might be a little tough, but that's the challenge and that's the point. I know I have Charge Beam, but who cares? I got Wave. Spazer? I think Spazer's underrated. It is useless compared to Plasma, yeah, but for the early parts of the game, it's way better than having no Spazer. It's basically the wide beam, right? It gives you a bigger shot, which is nice for getting those groups of enemies like the bugs. I wonder why they called it Spazer, though. Has there ever been a long beam outside of the first Metroid game? Because I was just thinking of what other beams are there that are kind of weird. I guess long beam made sense for the NES. Alright, it worked! Thankfully, the door transitions are good, so here I am, limited movement. With no grapple beam, so this might be the most challenging part of this seed. Because yeah, those sparks do almost a whole energy tank worth of damage. And I think even destroying them, they still shoot you. I could be wrong with that, but past playthroughs kind of make me think that way. Get out of the way! Alright, I can't mess up these power bombs. Like, I can't... If one of those things latches onto me and the power bomb still clears the way, just the fact that I was latched on at all, he flies away. And that just leaves me more time on screen here, vulnerable to the sparks. Like that, I can't have that happen. Look at how much energy I have already. Or don't have already, I should say. Stop hitting me! I gotta stick with supers. If I don't, I'm gonna die first. I don't even know how many reserve tanks I have. Is it 1 or 2? I haven't been keeping count, and I don't remember what I placed. And I know I didn't get the one in Ice Beam. He's almost dead. Look at that cherry red tum-tum. This suit actually looks really cool underwater. It looked weird in Norfair, but it looks cool here. You're done! Yes! Yeah, I took a ton of damage there, but that was fun. I liked it. I think in all of my seeds, that's going to be the thing. If I continue to create my own versions of these randomizers, I think Dragon's always going to be the required first boss. And there it is, Gravity Suit, your reward for beating him. That's cool. Hey, it looks exactly like it's supposed to. It's kind of a little more pale, though. Ah, whatever. That's fine. Come on, wall jump. There we go. And now we're back in Kraid's lair, right? Yeah, okay. So far, the door transitions are good. They're working. I could maybe start editing those a little bit more, too. Well, yeah. First thing that comes to mind is edit the mini-bosses, even. Because I'm sure you can do that, and if you're generating a typical randomizer without using the PLANdomizer section, there's no option to randomize the mini-bosses. Like, if you enable boss randomization, it only affects the 4 main bosses. So you have to edit a PLANdomizer if you want to edit the mini-bosses as well. That would be the next step. Because that could easily throw a wrench in things. Like if you're expecting to go into Batoon, what am I doing? Meridia. That's the whole point. You get Gravity Suit, and now, conveniently, on your way out here, you can go through Meridia. That was the process going through my brain, or the logic. Ah, crud. How does that work? Like, as soon as the glass shatters, you gotta be holding jump and up for the super jump? I don't even think it matters if you already have Gravity Suit, but... Yeah, no Ice Beam is fantastic. You're more powerful that way, like I said. It's just... that shot that would kill them freezes them otherwise. Ah, I bonked. That's so stupid. Alright, I gotta hurry up. Spring Ball, yeah. I thought that was a clever spot to put that. Kinda convenient, too. It was like a mixture of how could I challenge myself without making it too difficult, and also what would be super convenient and not require pausing the game or anything stupid, or backtracking. I was like, okay, well, Meridia, what's really useful to have in Meridia? Spring Ball. So I figured the first pickup in Meridia, let's make it Spring Ball. This, I don't even remember what I did here. Missiles. I think I might have left this room vanilla, actually. So there should be an energy tank above Mama Turtle. I don't have grapple, and I don't have space jump. You can still get this. I forget the... oh no, it's super missiles, okay. I could ride Mama Turtle, right? Pleasure to see you. Okay, now I should just... oh, whoops. Hold on. Wake back up. Do it again. I forget how to do this. There is a way to grab that without the things that I just mentioned. I just don't remember. Yeah, eat it. I love those kinds of kills. Oh, I don't have Ice Beam or Space Jump. I can't freeze the fish jump. That I don't need to, do I? A nice wall jump should do this. Yep, see? Wall jumps, like I said, they break this game. In the most beautiful way. Oh, that's stupid. Don't fall through there now. How much trouble am I gonna have with this stupid cubbyhole? There's one. There's two. I don't understand. I'm holding against the wall. 3. At least I'm not falling through the door. That would be the worst. There it is. I hate that hole. I can never get in it. Sounds like a personal problem. Super missiles, that's what it is normally. Because yeah, when you click on the thing in the PLANdomizer, it tells you what the item initially is. Like Meridia missiles or whatever. Oh, whoa, my energy's really low. There's an energy tank coming up, though. Right up here, actually. Oh, come on! You're supposed to time those wall jumps to avoid him. These are the kinds of little things that just get under my skin and I just want to punch myself in the forehead 900 times. So if you get that urge too, don't worry. I got it before you, so haha. Oh, are you feeling the love? The self-love? Self-esteem? Never had it. Never will. Spring ball, baby. How does it taste? I don't know why I say that all the time. This might be odd. Blow up the little lantern, guys. Oh, I didn't even know high jump could reach that. I don't know how I forgot that. But yeah, down here should be energy and reserve tank. I thought that was a nice pairing. Look at it. It's good stuff. And yeah, just like that, I don't need to waste time farming for energy. I don't need to stop at an energy refill. It's just thinking about through the game progression what's most likely going to be the case. Like at this point, I'm going to be low on supers, so let's make the next item pick up a super missile. And like the same way with energy and stuff. But I gotta stop thinking casually like that. I gotta think challenge. Because if you don't challenge yourself, you never grow. So they say. And I mean, it is true. If you don't use it, you lose it. It's like sticking to comfort zones. The more you do the same thing just because it's comfortable, eventually you're gonna be behind the times and you're gonna suck at everything. Is this energy in reserve? No, it's super. Oh, that's right. This is normally missiles, but I made it super, and this is normally supers, but I made it missile. 'Cause I'm so cool! Idiot. I like their little bouncy noise. The sand pits, screw those things. One of them has both grapple and x-ray. The two garbage items you don't need, although grapple does have a use, especially on Dragon. That's like the one time you use grapple. And maybe on Mama Turtle. I wanted that. You can't pass up a good super missile. So yeah, this should be pretty quick, and then I'm off to work for the next couple days. Oh, Botwoon, luckily I have charge beam this time. Let's see, what are the mini-bosses of this game? There's this guy and Crocomire. And Spore Spawn. Oh, that would be the meanest thing to do to somebody. Make it so you have to fight Spore Spawn. Although that means you could skip somebody else. I guess Crocomire would be the next one to skip. Well, this guy's a pain in the neck, too. And that's it, right? There's no mini-boss for Wrecked Ship or... Yeah, that's it. Well, I guess there's really not much point in randomizing them after all, is there? I remember watching a area randomizer on YouTube somewhere. Somebody did it, and it was the most confusing thing to follow, because in my brain I have this game memorized. And so he's going through all these doors, and each one dumps out somewhere completely random. And even going back in the door dumped him out somewhere random. So it wasn't like he could go in one door and be like, whoops, that's Lower Norfair, let's go back and pretend I didn't go through that door, because if he did that, it would dump him out somewhere else random. And it just threw my brain for a loop. So I don't know if I could ever do a full area randomizer of this game. That's just too confusing. That's like on your way to work, if every time you turned, you were just randomly on a completely different road in a different town or something. And you still had to somehow find your way to work on time. But this one should be Ridley once again, just like the last seed. I figure that's the way to create the most challenge, right? Fight Dragon and Ridley first out of all the bosses, because they're the two most powerful ones. I almost said most strongest. What am I, a 5-year-old? Still learning the English. Or the language arts, rather. English classes are weird. I remember they were always called language arts, and then at some point later on there was 2 English classes. There was writing and reading, or English, and that, yeah, in high school it just became English. And then in college, or university, depending on where you live. Ah, crud. I tried to do a short charge, but apparently it wasn't short enough. The day I finally do a full halfie, or even just a halfie, will be a happy day. Although it'll be just me celebrating by myself and nobody else caring. So actually it would be really stupid. I'd probably be happy for a minute and then think about it and think I'm an idiot. That's exactly what would happen, actually. Energy tank? Oh yeah, because Ridley's right here. I just figured why not be a little bit nicer. But yeah, I can already think of some things that I want to change in this. Wait, what? Why is it Phantoon? It's not supposed to be. Ridley's room was gonna dump out at Phantoon. I remember, clear as day, setting up that parameter. Okay, that means one of two things. Okay, well, first of all, there might be some surprise here after all. Well, this is the first element of surprise. I was not expecting Phantoon, but okay. But the two things that this could mean. One, the PLANdomizer is messed up and Phantoon's room is labeled wrong. Like, whatever you set to dump out into Phantoon's room is actually Ridley's room. Right? I gotta look back on how I set it up, but I think there might be an error between Phantoon and Ridley's room, or the other option is the fact that the initial seed that I then edited had boss randomization selected as a thing. I wonder if that was like a double logic that overwrote the manual boss editing that I did. Huh. I'm intrigued. Cause yeah, as I set it up, it was supposed to be Dragon was first. That worked appropriately. This was supposed to be Ridley. Dragon's room was supposed to dump out at Ridley. Ridley's room was gonna dump out into Phantoon, and then Phantoon's room was gonna be Kraid. So somehow Phantoon and Ridley's room got messed up. I wonder if that means Ridley's room is gonna be Ridley. If it's Kraid, then I have no idea what's going on. Although I guess that is possible. It actually shouldn't be. Ridley should not be Ridley because I made sure every single boss room was somebody different. I'm thoroughly confused, honestly. Okay, let's get out of here. To Lower Norfair we go. It was a lot of pointless rooms and Meridian stuff to get through here. Probably just cut that out. I didn't pick up anything. I avoided those sandy pits. Like I said, of the two Meridia sand pits, I think the one was just missiles, maybe missiles and power bombs, and the other one was grapple beam and x-ray scope, which I don't even care about those items. So I already got wave beam. We're going this way to Ridley, which is what you would do normally. So yeah, already the challenge of this PLANdomizer has basically been done and over with. Next up is fighting Ridley. That was supposed to happen, though, at I'm confused. Anyway, we're gonna see. Is this Ridley or Kraid? Ridley's got Plasma Beam. So no matter what, when I face Ridley, that's the next challenge, is just whatever ammo I have, which I have plenty to knock him out with just missiles. But in terms of charge beam, I don't have plasma. This area I left pretty vanilla. Like, screw attack I believe is screw attack. I didn't even change that location. Because I feel like that's one of those items, if you get too early, it negates so much challenge already in itself. Yeah, the next one I create, which I'm not going to play another one back to back, because let's say I did Metroid Prime, and then I did Metroid Fusion, and now 2 Super Metroid Randomizer seeds. I'm sure everybody's sick of Metroid at this point. And I don't want to keep doing the same thing. Like I said, Pikmin is what I'm doing next. I'm gonna be hard at work on that, and it shouldn't take too long, but the problem is when I'm able to record. But that is definitely my next Let's Play, is Pikmin 1. In as few days as I possibly can. I almost learned how to speedrun that game at one point. I think my best is 8 or 9 days. Getting all parts in 8 or 9 days is my record, my personal record. I don't remember how long it took in my Let's Play on my former channel of that game. But yeah, here's another one. I don't have Plasma Beam for this guy, so this might take a little longer. I could shoot him with supers, I guess, even though he catches the first one all the time. And throws it back at you. I like this guy. I remember as a kid, there was one friend of mine, his older brother, he was asking me about Super Nintendo, because I think he sold his drum set for a Super Nintendo one time. And he was asking me about games for it. And I just went into so much detail about this game, and I remember explaining this fight to him. And he said just like the excitement in my voice got him so excited to play the game. Because yeah, this game, from day one, has just blown my mind. I think the initial fear is what made it stick out in my brain. And then when I finally conquered that fear and beat it on my own, and just saw how beautifully designed it is. Oh yeah, screw attack is screw attack. You know what? I actually kind of need energy. Especially if this somehow ends up being Ridley. I don't know. We shall see. But yeah, I think the Super Nintendo, everybody has one game on the Super Nintendo that just defined them as a gamer or otherwise just blew their mind. This is my Super Nintendo game by far. I mean, A Link to the Past is pretty good too. And then there's 2 other games that typically fall into the category. Actually, 3 other games that usually end up being on like people's #1 Super Nintendo game list or whatever. And there are 3 games that I have never played to completion because I never owned them as a kid and I never really played them in full at a later date. And those 3 games are Super Mario RPG, Chrono Trigger, and Earthbound. Those are probably like the next 3 biggest Super Nintendo games. I mean, omitting all like Mario World, Mario All-Stars, Mario Paint. Well, Mario Paint I don't think is... That's just like a... I don't know what you would call Mario Paint, like a bonus memory of the Super Nintendo. Oh, Donkey Kong Country too, but for some reason I feel like most people played Donkey Kong Country, but in terms of Super Metroid, Link to the Past, Earthbound, Mario RPG, and Chrono Trigger, those games, for some reason, not everybody who owned a Super Nintendo played all of those games. What the heck is going on? Oh, I'm not in Morph Ball. I was like, what? That was odd. So yeah, of those games, usually one of them sticks out as like the epitome or like the must-play game of the Super Nintendo. But then you talk to somebody else and they have no idea. They just know that it has a good reputation, but they don't really know for themselves how good it is. And the thing that's a shame about that is today, I don't know if it's possible to replicate that same level of excitement. Like, if I were to play Earthbound or Mario RPG, I don't know if it would blow my mind the way that it did to those people back then when they were brand new. Same way how I think Super Metroid is a near flawless game. But to somebody who's never played it and plays it for the first time today, they're not gonna really get much out of it, I don't think. They might be able to see, like, yeah, it's pretty well designed and it's kinda neat, but it's not gonna excite them the way that I got excited by it. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just a fact that the games are so well known at this point, or that they're old. And we've seen so much more at this point. I forgot, I don't have plasma. These guys are taking forever. Jeez. Anyway, I know I could do the speed boost kill, but I've never actually done that in this room before. I don't know if I know how to really short charge. I could do a slight, like the easiest short charge possible. I remember lollipop is the key. Like you tap B as you're running to the syllables of the word lollipop. So it's like lollipop. That's how many times you tap B in that kind of rhythm. And that's how you build up a short charge. But I think it might be different for like the super maximum short charge possible, which is basically build speed boost in as little space as possible. And I think that's what you need to do in that room in order to Shine Spark kill those pirates. Alright, here we go. This is supposed to be Phantoon, but we already fought him, so now... Is it Ridley or Kraid? It was Kraid in my last seed. It's Ridley. Okay, well, I don't know what happened. Ridley and Phantoon got messed up. I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's the PLANdomizer layout, that something's not programmed right there, or something else. I don't know. But I know for a fact I said it appropriately. Like, it's not my mistake that, like, oh, you're probably stupid and just forget that you set it up wrong. No. I know that I did it right. The first time, like I was saying in the very beginning, the first PLANdomizer I set up, that one I did mess up the doors. But this one I did it right. And I verified it through how to solve it. Because there's a solver section on the website too, that if you upload any seed that you generated, it tells you how to solve the seed. Kind of like a spoiler log. But what's interesting about it is the spoiler log changes depending on your skill level of this game. Like, before you tell it to solve the seed, you select the difficulty of the skills that you're gonna pull off. And based off of those difficulty presets, it changes the path of the game. So, like, if you don't know how to do a Mockball, you're gonna wanna pick, like, noob or easy as your skill level. Well, he's still alive. Here we go with the Spazer. Although I wonder... Does Spazer not even hurt him, or am I hitting his tail? Oh, okay, it does hurt him. Yeah, I like how Screw Attack is like temporary invulnerability if you're careful. Ah, crud, man. I don't remember Ridley taking this long between the last seed and this thing. No, he's not dead. I balled up and everything, okay. I'm not dying here, dude. 60 and 80 supers and missiles. I wasn't even paying attention to what I had coming in here. There he goes, that's death. Wow. Maybe I should have farmed. In that last room, it kind of crossed my mind as I was talking. Like, maybe I should stop and make sure I have good ammunition. But then I was like, nah, let's just go. There it is, plasma beam. Okay, well, at least all the item placements are correct. The only thing that's not is these boss doors. So Phantoon is going to be Kraid. Hopefully. Oh, God. Alright, let's get out of Lower Norfair. But yeah, it just crossed my mind. What if something really is wrong with the boss doors, and Phantoon's room ends up leading to a boss we already fought, therefore making it impossible to defeat Kraid because nothing leads to Kraid's room. But no, I know for a fact that's not the case because I did solve this. I used the solver function of the website, and this is a fully beatable seed, so never mind. Hey, another sound glitch. Alright, one more pickup on the exit here, just for the heck of it. And then basically we're just... Well, I gotta stop at the wrecked ship. How do I want to do that? That's a long way to get to the wrecked ship. I'm gonna go through Meridia and the exit to Red Brinstar and up. That's what I'm gonna do, and cross the moat. So I'll see you there. I love this room. I don't know what it is. I just like the blue and how smoothly it transitions to this area, this elevator. Which, speaking of, this door. See how it's blue? I haven't been here. Normally that's a power bomb door, but that's another door that they edited in this thing. That one still stayed power bomb. But yeah, I think those are the only two doors that they changed. The really early on, the very first pink missile door, they made a blue door, and that power bomb one. I think they did it specifically so you can't soft lock, depending on the seed. Super missiles. I think most of the stuff, like the wrecked ship, I think I just filled with missiles because the wrecked ship is a pain in the neck to 100%. So we're just gonna dump in here, go face Kraid, and get out and go beat Mother Brain and be done. Although I might check one thing. I don't know. I love Plasma Beam. All the beams with Plasma and Ice turned off. Which, oh yeah, Kraid's gonna have Ice Beam. I don't care. The energy tank room, I don't care, but I will check this. Why not? Because I can tell you right now, the energy tank that you gotta go way to the right side of this for, almost as if you're gonna exit to Meridia, it's just a missile pack. Like this. As I said, I think most of these things I just made missiles because I don't care. But yeah, this definitely makes me want more editors like this for other games. I know I mentioned this in something else that I did in the past, but I'm really curious, like 20 years from now or so, when like today's games get ROM hack type things like this. Because you know what's gonna happen. Alright, well, there you go, it works. This is Kraid. I don't know how to quick kill him still, so we're just gonna... I could charge Plasma, that would probably kill him in one shot. I'm curious. Let's get him out of the ground first. What? How did that first shot miss? Out of my way. I want to see what this does. Yep. It's dead. Alright, and this should be Ice Beam, which makes us perfectly ready for Torium. I mean, I guess that's basically the end of this thing. The rest of the game is pretty standard. But I don't know, I had a lot of fun creating this thing. And like I said, I think I could become somewhat addicted to it and just at any time generate a new one. Each time increasing the difficulty. Creating my own personal challenge until I'm capable of beating the harder seeds or whatever. Like the harder presets. And not customizing it. I kind of wonder, though, if other series of Nintendo are going to get things like Super Mario Maker, like a Metroid or Zelda Maker. Yeah, why not? We're going to go through Gauntlet. I don't need to, but I like the Shine Spark, so we're going to do it. I probably shouldn't. I should be mindful of my time, since I got to get going pretty shortly. But I'm good. I think I have enough time to kill. I wish the color editor of this was a little more like how you can edit the colors of Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Wind Waker by simply pulling up a color palette and picking exactly what you want. But this one goes off of a value. It's like a slider bar. And it just kind of picks a random set of colors in between the two. Like, the slider bar has a start and a finish. And whatever is in between is the value that it looks at. Ah, crud, I missed the left side. And that's the one with the energy tank. Go figure. Not that I need it. Alright, let's go. For the fun part of Torian, I'll just edit out all the baby stuff again. I don't know what the next randomizer I'm gonna do is. Thinking about it, I don't know. Like I said, this one, well, I was talking about how I generated a second seed of Zelda 3 Super Metroid crossover. I definitely want to do another one of those with better commentary and hopefully not that stupid glitch in audio that my last Let's Play of that did. But ever since that whole Pro Jared thing happened, I noticed people have been stumbling across my Let's Play of that as an alternative, because all that happened in the middle of his Let's Play of that. And like, my first reaction was, oh, that's kind of neat, people are finding me because of that. But then I started watching like the first couple minutes of them and I was like, God, this is terrible. I tend to have that with everything I do though. At the time, I find it acceptable, and I'm somewhat happy with it, but then like a couple months down the road, it's like instant regret that I ever did it, because I think it's so horrible. Alright, let's do it. Is there an enemizer for this game? Like an enemy randomizer similar to A Link to the Past? Because that would be so awesome if you could make every enemy in the game a Metroid. Maybe not every single one, but... I don't know, man. I love that these things exist. Thank God for people that have good programming skills. Out of my way, I need you as a step stool. And thanks for Nintendo for not taking down a lot of this stuff, which could potentially be illegal. I mean, they still kind of go after a lot, but... How did I run out of missiles already? I guess I only have 100. Mother, time to go. Such a corny line in Other M. I never fully beat that game. I got stuck. I remember seeing an energy tank in what looked like an aquarium fish tank. Or something that a lizard might be in a nature museum or something. And I didn't know how to get it, and then I just stopped playing. It's kind of a game I would like to go play though, because I see most people hate it, but other people say it's not as bad as people say it is. So I don't know. That cry, man. But there you go, that's another randomized seed, sort of. My first PLANdomizer. It's a weird word, but I like it at the same time. I mean, even if you don't plan on playing a PLANdomizer seed at any point, I still think you should go to the website and check it out. It's a really cool interface, and I think it's pretty cool. I just... Like, imagine if you could pull up the entire map of your favorite game and individually click on stuff and edit it to your liking, using elements of the game. Like, even like something like Breath of the Wild, which... I don't know, like maybe that first fairy fountain in Breath of the Wild, you could click on all the spawn points of the blue nightshades. That's what's all over that first fairy fountain, right? In Kakariko Village? Like, what if you could change every blue nightshade around there into... I don't know, what would be a cool thing to place right there? I don't know, I can't think of anything at the moment. Korok seeds, no. That would be ridiculous. Maybe like a weapon of some kind. I guess that's one thing PC games have always kind of had on top of, or over console games. That's what I'm trying to look for. Most PC games have a map editor of some kind. Yes, I got it again. I hate it when I accidentally bonk the door or hit one of those space pirates and I lose the speed and can't shine spark. It's like the last shine spark of the game. You gotta make it count. I'll save the animals again, why not? But yeah, I'm very glad I found this as a thing. I'm glad it exists, and I definitely want to do more in the future. I don't want to keep posting Super Metroid, because that'll get on everybody's nerves. Plus, my wrists definitely need a break from this game, because I'm good like for one playthrough a day, and then I need a serious break. I hope that doesn't get worse. I don't even know what it is. I've never actually seen anybody that told me specifically you have carpal tunnel, or I know my grandfather had bad arthritis and stuff, so I might be developing that. I don't know. That ship looks really cool too. I wish I could be that color the whole game. Well, there you go, it's done. It's probably not even worth watching the credits because it's just gonna tell you where everything was and it doesn't even matter because I already know. I am curious about the game time though. Hopefully it's better than the last seed I played. That was 111, right? The game time was 111 and it was really like 124. Real time is how long it took. Hopefully I did better this time. In spots, I felt like I did. In other spots, I felt like I did terrible. Look for the animals. There they go. Come on, better than 111. I want to get under an hour, although I guess that doesn't technically count in a randomizer. 107, 4 minutes, wow. 119.12. So yeah, a couple minutes faster than the last seed I played. That's not good enough. I do want to play this game vanilla. Probably still patched, though, to remove the item fanfare and have fast transitions, since they do not count as game time anyway. But I do want to make it a point to beat this game in under an hour, 100%. At some point. I don't know when. Pikmin is next, though. Fire Emblem on the Game Boy Advance. And some other things. I made that community post, you know what I'm thinking of doing next. But for now, what did I get? 74? Yeah, who cares? Well, thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care.